Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel, Top 10 Nigeria. My name is Paschal and you are on the front row seat. Today we're discussing poultry business, chicken rearing. Can you be a millionaire from raising chicken for business? Yes? No? We'll find out pretty soon, because in this in-depth analysis series we created it in order to demystify the business, small-scale businesses, and also encourage a lot of people to start these businesses as their side hustle, their side business, a business that you do that generates revenue in addition to your major source of income. Or if you're confident enough, you go into it as a major business. We have done provision business, we have done hiking, aerobics, dance business, we have done goat rearing, and today we are going to analyze in-depthly the chicken business. And we're happy for the effect that he has generated among our viewers. A lot of people have contacted us asking to bring a certain amount of capital in order to set up businesses for their wife, set up businesses for themselves and all that. And I think it makes sense though, because if we know a lot about this business, it means that we should actually be good with these businesses. But that's not true. Top 10 Nigeria is not a channel that sets up business. We do analysis, we do research, we are videographers, and we have a YouTube channel. This is what we do. YouTube is a business actually, and blogging, I'll categorize it. If I haven't watched that video of top 10 most profitable businesses you have to start in 2020, you need to go and watch that video. The link is somewhere here or at the end of this video. You can watch it. Now, what we try to do is to go and meet the actual people that run this business, talk to them, so that you can see and hear from them that it's not a big deal. All right, then we now analyze it, and each one of them will talk about the challenges that they face. They will talk about the qualities that you need to have. So by the time you're through with this series, you should have an idea what qualities you need to have. And it's very good for you to do something that you have passion in. Don't go into a business because it's profitable, because it has a lot of money in it. You might not be successful in it because you do not have the passion for it. You won't be able to go that extra mile required for you to make profit in that business. So we are not a business setting up company. Don't call us with telling us that you have money for us to set up a business for you. It's flattering though, but we don't do that. All right. So, and we do not have any affiliation with any of the businesses we interview. We just interview them and mention their names and their phone number so that you will know that this is an actual business. It's not a setup. We encourage you to call them. You can call them and ask them questions. You know, it's an actual business. It's not a setup, and we do not have any ties with any one of them. So we'll try to make this as down to earth as possible so that it will encourage you to go into it. And if you haven't been impressed, get ready to be impressed, because the poultry business is a big business. Let's hear the interview. Wow. I'm here with Frank of First Choice Farms in Kubwa. Frank, you're welcome to the program Top 10 Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Frank, how many birds do you have here?
Actually, we have sisters of 400 birds, precisely the layers.
Whoo!
And the size you can see now, they are a month and 2 days old now.
A month and 2 days old.
Yeah.
Wow. Frank, how long have you guys been in this business?
Precisely, let's say we are running it now for like 3 years now.
3 years.
and
Wow.
there's a lot of profit on it.
Okay.
If you really know what you are doing as a manager, because the progress of the poultry precisely relies on the management.
You're right. So what are the challenges that you face?
The challenge that I face here is not really a challenge to me anymore because I'm used to it.
You are now a professional with it.
Yeah, like being constant, checking them up always, even in the nights, midnight, you do come and check on them because in this size they are now, if you don't come and check on them regularly, you will see that they will be stampede on themselves.
Wow,
And that will result to mortality at the end of the day. So frequent on checking on them, that will actually reduce the mortality rates because they are still fragile, they are still small in size.
Okay, that's.
And if you can see, we have our charcoal pots.
Okay, that's for warmth.
No, this to make the place warm. Because this age they are now, the place needs to be warm always.
Okay.
Especially in the night.
Okay.
Because that is the reason they always stampede themselves. If the place is not warm, you see them, they will come together.
Okay. In order to get warm from each other. Okay.
And they are all, most of them, they are not strong, not like others. So those ones that are weak, they can easily die.
Okay. All right. That's very interesting to hear. Now, I see that there is a pipe around this entire place. This one supplies them water.
Yeah, this is where they drink their water from.
Okay, and
like you can see down now, this one's now they are drinking water.
Okay, that's true. So they have water every single time they want it. It's not a question of in the morning you come and pour water, in the afternoon you come and pour water.
No. There are some systems that they use, but this is a new development.
Okay.
Running the pipe is a new development and it's really okay with them because the previous one they used before, there are some drinkers. If you can see now, there are some drinkers.
Yeah, I can see this.
Those drinkers, before you know, they will empty the drinker. But with the level of this pipe, there is constant water.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's very good.
That is the advantage of this pipe.
What of this construction over there?
Yeah, this one is the overhead tank.
Okay.
That supply the pipe.
Okay, yeah. It's okay, and that's where you can put maybe
any drugs.
Any drugs you want to use to.
If you can see now, I just gave them vaccine now this morning.
Okay, and you just put it in the water, and all of them will now pick it up.
They will now be picking it up. The vaccine I just gave them now is Gomboro vaccine.
Okay, and it's to prevent them from
sickness. At times there are some sickness that always come around. So this one is a kind of prevention.
Okay.
So where the virus come to affect them.
Okay.
That's just
all right. Now, how do you get these chicks? Is it like egg, or do you buy them when they are small, and then you start training them?
There are companies that hatch
the
eggs.
Okay.
Because we don't produce them like this.
Okay.
We buy the chicks.
Okay.
From the company that hatch.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you start training. And how long will it take before you said these ones are layers?
These are layers.
How long will it take for these ones to start laying egg and for it to reach a marketable size?
Before they will start laying, we are counting about 16 to 17 weeks.
Okay.
16 to 17 weeks. So that is when we are expecting them to lay. But as they are now, within 14 weeks, we will now transport them to cage.
Okay.
Because they won't stay here for long, more than 14 weeks.
Okay.
14 weeks now, we'll transport them to cage.
Okay.
And that's where they will get their comforts. That means they are due for lay.
Okay. Then when they start laying, is there any time it will get to and you decide, okay, you have laid enough, let me sell you?
It's all by nature.
Okay.
When they actually lay for a year and 8 months, that is their duration of
laying egg in their life.
Okay. By the time they lay for that a year and 8 months, you will now notice that there will be a gap of their laying. Maybe they will lay today, tomorrow they will lay. And they also consume feed. So in that process now, you the owner, you will be at the loss because
okay.
you are feeding them, but you are not getting the return back every day. So that is now you decide not to dispose them. Yes.
One chicken, how many eggs does one chicken lay in a day?
The egg, it takes 24 hours to form the egg.
Okay.
So that to say, you produce one egg a day.
One egg a day.
One egg a day.
Wow.
One egg a day.
This is wonderful. Wow. This is wonderful. Now, is there any advice that you have for any of the viewers who is thinking of starting a business like this? Of course, this one is a very big one, and you're already well trained in handling this. But for those that want to start small, with maybe 20 chicks and all that, is there any advice you have for them?
Yeah, the advice I have for them for this particular business, you know, there are types of chicken. This particular one, they are layers.
Okay.
Why they have other ones broilers.
Okay.
If you are going for smaller size, smaller quantity of these layers,
yes,
you won't have the profit. You won't gain the profit. There will be no profit, because where you get your profit is their products when they are laying.
Okay, the eggs.
Yeah, the eggs. So by the time you go for a little number, that one wouldn't give you the real numbers of egg that you sell and to get your gain and to get their feed too.
Okay.
So for my advice for those that want to embark on this business, at least you start with 500 upwards.
Okay.
That is when you get your profit at the end of the day. Okay. But it's a very lucrative business. It's very good. If you have the capital, I will advise anybody to go for it, especially we Nigeria youths.
Yeah, that's a very good advice to Nigerian youth.
Yes, for Nigeria youth, it's a good business. It's something that when you start, if you have the capital, even though you can go for loan, by the time they start laying, I promise you, you must surely clear your loan, because there's a profit in it. Serious.
You are right, my brother. You are right. All right, viewers, you have heard it from the manager of First Choice Farms at Gado Nasco, Kubwa. And what are you waiting for? He has told you everything that you need to know. It's just left for you to now take the courage and start the business. And gradually, with patience, with dedication, with all the advices he has given, you'll be able to succeed. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your talking with me. And I hope our viewers, if you want, you can also contact him. His number is on the screen, and you can contact him, ask him questions. And if you want to buy chicken in large quantity, of course he can supply you. All right, have a nice day. You heard all that. That was me speaking with Frank, camera shy Frank. Frank said he doesn't want the camera on his face because he might not be as fluent as he was in that video, so we obliged him. And now this is the in-depth analysis, and I'm trying to go about this from a unique angle. The eggs. Now, first of all, I want to calculate how many eggs can each bird lay in the average of 1 year, 8 months that they usually lay eggs daily. Now, 1 year, 8 months is 365 days, which is 1 year, plus 240 days, which is 8 months, totaling 605 days. And when I asked him, he said they lay egg every day. After 24 hours, he forms an egg, so it will be laying approximately every day. However, I do not want to estimate wrongly. I want to always estimate conservatively. So instead of calculating that each bird lays 605 eggs in 1 year, 8 months, I'm going to reduce that number to a round figure of 500 eggs, because I will imagine that they won't lay eggs every single day. I will imagine that they may lay egg and it gets broken. All right, so let me remove 105 days and say they didn't lay eggs in 105 days, or if they laid egg in 105 days, it was broken or damaged or somehow. All right, so we're working with 500 eggs. So in a year, 8 months, each bird lays 500 eggs. Now, a crate of egg comprises 30 eggs. So 500 divided by 30, because I'm trying to find the number of crates of egg each bird lays in the average lifespan of each laying egg. So we get 16.67 crates of egg. Now, for an average crate of egg, for you to buy it from a producer like that, is between 800 and 1,000 naira now, and the retailer sell between 1,000 and 1,200 depending on where you buy. All right, so let's take the lowest that we might get it, 800 naira. 16.67 multiplied by 800 naira is going to give us 13,336 naira. So that's to say that in the average lifespan of laying eggs daily for each bird, they are going to generate you a revenue of 13,336 naira. Now, in the video, he said that he advises you to start with about 500 birds if you want to make money from growing layers. Personally, if somebody tells me that, what I usually do is to increase it a little bit, maybe start with 600, knowing fully well that there might be fatalities. We don't want fatalities, but if a bird dies or a bird gets infected and I started with 600, I'll end up with 500, and this calculation I'm doing, I'm going to do it with 500 throughout. So you need to balance the equation in the actual production, in the actual rating of the birds. Now, 13,336 naira multiplied by 500. Remember, that was the calculation we got from each bird. So when we multiply 13,336 naira with the 500 birds that you have, guess what we got? We got 6,668,000 naira in 18 months. 18 months in 1 year, 8 months. 1 year, 8 months is 20 months. So in 20 months, we got 6,668,000 naira, or 333,400 naira every month. That's what you make from eggs laid by 500 birds every month. How much are you getting paid? What's your income now, currently? If this is your business and you make this much, in addition to whatever you make now, are you getting the picture? Are you getting the picture? All right, now let's not get too excited yet, because I like money. I'm an Igbo man. I like money, so I get excited when I calculate and see that money is coming out from my effort. So, but let's not get too excited about it, because this 333,400 naira, we haven't removed the cost, because you fed the birds. You heard him saying that he gave them vaccine, and you built a coop where they stay, or the cage where they stay. All right, so from our research, 500 birds eat an average of 2.5 bags of their feed in a month, and the cost of these 2.5 bags, almost 3 bags, is between 550,000 naira a month to 500,000 naira a month, depending on the formula that you are giving them. Some feeds are just normal feeds. Some feeds are formula, special formula brewed, put together to form a balanced diet, give the birds so much nutrient in order to make them lay enough eggs. But let's not get too complicated on this. Let's assume that since we are starting, that we are taking the cheapest feed that we could find in the market, and it costs us 50,000 naira in a month to feed 500 birds. All right, now I'm not going to do this calculation, because I'm trying to find out how much he may spend, or you may spend, if you have to raise 500 birds. Now, I'm not going to do the calculation with 50,000 naira feed. I'm going to do the calculation with 100,000 naira every month. The reason is because you will need to buy vaccine and put every month. You will need to build the coop. Like, certain amount of money needs to come out, which is the amount of capital you invested in building the cage or coop or wherever it is that they stay. If you're doing free range, the space they stay. And you also need to pay staff that will monitor all these things and all these gadgets. So we're going to work this calculation that we spend 100,000 naira every month maintaining these 500 birds. And for 1 year, 8 months, and for 1 year, 8 months, which is 20 months, I think I need to decide which one I'll use, 1 year, 8 months or 20 months. All right, for 20 months, at 100,000 naira every month is 2 million naira. So in 20 months, you have spent 2 million naira in managing this poultry. So we're going to deduct 2 million naira from the amount of revenue that we generated selling the eggs. If you remember, the eggs, we got 6,668,000 naira in 20 months. And if we deduct 2 million naira from it, we'll be left with 4,668,000 naira, or 233,400 naira every month. So, are you seeing where we are going with this? Are you getting paid up to 200,000 naira in a month? Alright, so you are getting the picture now. Alright, now let's not stop there, because we still have the birds. I hope you didn't forget that the birds are still there, and they are meat actually. So layers actually don't grow as big as broilers. So when you want to sell layers, it's usually cheaper than broilers. Broilers can be heavy and you sell them for between 3,000 and 5,000 naira. However, layers are sold between 1,000 and 1,700 naira, or 1,500 naira, as the case may be. So if you have 500 birds and you want to sell them, let's take the minimum that you want to sell them. You want to sell them at 1,000 naira. At 500 pieces, you will have 500,000 naira generated from selling the birds. Okay? Now, if you are to add that 500,000 naira to the 4.68 million naira that we generated from the eggs, the total that we'll have is 5,168,000 naira, or 258,400 naira. This is after we have deducted how much we spent in managing this place. We are getting 5,168,000 naira in 20 months, or 258,000 naira in 258,400 every month. And remember, we did this calculation with 500 birds. If you heard him in the video, he said that they have 6,400 birds, about 6,400 birds. Now, if we are to give him the benefit of doubt, some died, some didn't make it, some, whatever happened, and they ended up with 5,000 birds. This figure that we have here, you multiply it by 10 for you to, because 500 divided by 5,000 is 10. So you multiply this figure by 10. So which means if you actually have 5,000 birds, like he does, you'll be making in 20 months 51 million. I didn't say 5 million. I said 51,680,000 naira, or 2.584 million naira every month. So when he was saying that the business was profitable, he actually meant it was profitable. So whichever way you want to run this calculation, sit down, do your own research, run this calculation yourself. But from what we have here, if you are ready to have the passion, you have the dedication, you monitor them, you put your soul, your body and soul into it to see that it grows, there's no way you can't be profitable. He actually went as far as saying that you can take a loan and you will be able to repay the loan. That's how confident he was. I'm not saying you should go and take a loan, but if you are taking a loan, know what you are doing. So that's the in-depth analysis. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'll round up. Oh, by the way, in our hike, dance and aerobics video, we promised a giveaway of 5,000 naira for people who can do the 15 minutes aerobics, and we gave a week for that. And guess what? Nobody applied. Not one single person. We searched with the hashtag and we didn't see any person. So on record, my first giveaway, nobody attempted it. Nobody participated. So I'm going to remember that, because when I come with giveaway, when I go run. But for now, on record, because I don't want later on in future somebody will say you did a giveaway, you never talked about who got the money or not. But in actual sense, nobody participated. So that ends that, and keep a watch on this channel. Subscribe, like, comment, because there are big things coming to this channel. This giveaway that you guys didn't participate in, I'm going to bring giveaway that will make your jaw drop. Let me see how you won't participate in it. So it's about time you subscribe, like, comment, and support this channel. And by the time I review the YouTube business, you understand that it's actually a business that you yourself can start and be profitable in it. Thank you very much for watching this far. My name is Paschal. This is Top 10 Nigeria, and I'm